I really do wish I lived in Night of the Giant Everything, because there are some things in life that are just way too small to please a woman or anybody else, no matter what gender. Anyways, Night of the Giant Everything. We're gonna review this book, because it's a book that exists, but nobody talks about it. And I have a feeling this is gonna be one of my least viewed videos of all time. Because really, I don't think anybody's actually read this book besides me, completionist Michael, and like maybe 2 other people on planet Earth. Probably 5-year-olds who thought the cover was cool. And yeah, I really don't know what to say. Let's just get into it. And for the blurb. Steven is a big fan of magic. The problem is that most of his tricks come out at the expense of his friends Ava and Courtney. The girls decide to get their revenge on Steven by tricking him into drinking a strange mixture of chemicals. Steven starts to feel weird. Either his toothbrush is growing or he's shrinking. The world feels like a much bigger place when you're only 9 inches tall. Will Steven be able to make it through his gigantic house to find help? And even if he does, will he ever get back to his normal size again? Who knows? It's pretty big trouble, you know? Yeah, this book was awful. This was one of the worst Goosebumps books I read in a long time. I believe I read this, like, I think late August, right before school came back, and it was just not a fun time, if I'm being honest. This book really had nothing good to it. It is your average shrinking story with literally, like, so many twists and turns that aren't even good. The actual reason for him shrinking is stupid. It's just, nothing's in this book is really actually good. I would not recommend it, just saying that. So what did I like about this book? Well, I thought the first few chapters were pretty good. We got a lot of reasons and possibilities for why the kid is shrinking. We got a nice magic act, which is another big reason why the kid might be shrinking. And yeah, we got some introduction stuff. It was pretty okay the first, like, 10 or something chapters. Yeah, I liked them. Yeah, that's about where it ends. Besides the book usually being good writing, like most, basically all Goosebumps books are, because Stine's writing is pretty damn good. There's really nothing to this book that I really enjoyed. I thought this book was just trash, but those first, like, 10 chapters were pretty interesting. And I do like the final chapter, I'll point that out, and the twist is nice, I guess. That's about it. Yeah. That's it for upsides. Let's move on to the downsides. Well, that was quick. Downsides. The entire shrinking segment was basically just awful. There were some dark and brutal stuff this kid went through, which I honestly should include in the upside, so move that back over, but yeah, besides the brutal stuff that he went through, this book wasn't really that good. There weren't a lot of great stuff in the shrinking moments, besides probably the soap and water scene where he's drowning in it, maybe the bird, and the spider, which was teased on the cover. Yes, this was in the book, only wasn't as nasty as it looks like, and the proportions were definitely a lot more interesting, because the spider looks like a fucking menace compared to the shoe. But, like, why is the shoe big? Sorry, why is the shoe tiny compared to the pencil? Nothing makes sense. Proportions on the cover are fucking awful, but anyways. Yeah, we can see the spider. No, nothing really interesting happened with the spider. Kind of was predictable where it would go. And yeah, really nothing interesting in this book. This was just your basic, shrinking story. It wasn't very fun. It wasn't very entertaining to read. It was just mostly boring or just bad. And, I liked basically nothing about it, besides, of course, like the scenes I already mentioned. Yeah, the shrinking stuff was awful. The twist after twist after twist was bullshit, because we were suspecting, okay, so the mixture that the girls made the boy drink during the magic show must have been what made him shrink, but then it revealed to be vinegar. So, that wasn't it. And then he's like, oh, well, my piano teacher gave me a weird tasting cookie, so... And he also had a dollhouse. Sorry, a giant room filled with dollhouses, which is really strange. And honestly, I was leaning towards that. No. It's just weird. And his cookies taste weird. That's literally the reason. It actually is a very nice dude. He drove the kid home, even though he was very tiny. He was obviously a little freaked out. That's where I get to the other twist, which was the real reason. He got bit by a bird, because his parents are like animal lovers, and the bird was injured. Literally not even the squawker. But you're not turning to a bird, you're shrinking. Because it's a radioactive bird, coming from some sort of testing lab. And yeah, so they kidnapped the kid,
For some clarification, the people who kidnapped the kid were the people who owned the bird in the first place, who owned the testing lab, which is where the bird came from. Anyways, back to the video, because my fucking idiot forgot to mention that. Yeah, okay.
When we get to one of the better parts of the book, because I honestly did like these final few chapters where he's stuck in a cage, a bird cage, along with these other birds, and he gets bit by another bird, I think it was the same bird, and yeah, it reverses it, and he grows large, and he releases all the birds, and he runs home. We have another twist, which was okay. Really, nothing great about the shrinking path. The twist after twist bullshit was just fucking dumb. I hated it. I really didn't like it. And it's sad that this book is just not really liked, in my opinion. I don't really see a lot of positivity towards this book. I know Completionist really likes it, but I hate it. I hate it. There's really nothing good besides the first 10 chapters and the final chapter or two. Yeah, that's about it. Let's get to the rating. The book is awful. So for the rating, I'm going to give this book a 3 out of 10. Maybe a 3.5. Yeah, 3.5 out of 10. Wasn't very entertaining. The shrinking stuff was very typical, and I didn't really like it. There were some very brutal stuff that this kid went through, which is nice. So a point added on. I liked the first 10 chapters, so 2 points added on. And the final few chapters were okay. 0.5 added on, and that's about it. Matt's writing's average. Everything else is just trash. Yeah, this is like the most forgettable Goosebumps book of all time. Nothing was fun. Nothing in this book was really fun. It was all just okay, or good, or shit. Yeah. And that's all I'm going to give this book. 3.5 out of 10. It's nowhere near the worst book I've ever read, and it probably won't be the worst book. I mean, Haunting with the Stars. We're not talking about that book. We're talking about this piece of shit. Yeah. It's the hot doo-doo garbage of the Hall of Horror series. I don't know what to think of it besides 3.5. Very quick review. I really don't have anything to say about it. It's just a poopy book with poopy writing and story with only a few good chapters. About like 12 of the chapters in this book were actually decent, with some stuff I enjoyed here and there. Anyways, yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this review, and no, Completionist is probably screaming his head off, because I'm sure he likes this one a lot. Yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.